Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 7 of History 311 online. Our theme this week is America during the Great War, otherwise known as World War I. And our concern is to study and understand the changes America underwent during the wartime period. Our focus this time is not on military history per se, the studies of generals and battles, but rather the effect that war itself has on America. Although the battlefields of World War I were a great distance from the American homeland, the wars America fights always exact a toll on America itself regardless, and not just in terms of the American soldiers who sacrificed their lives and well-being to fight in foreign war, but in many other ways also. America's wartime experiences are shaped by the social and cultural and political tensions, along with the economic conditions that are present in the country when war breaks out, often with unexpected and serious consequences. As we saw with the Spanish-American War, for example, the experience of war itself is inseparable from the material interests, political concerns, and cultural attitudes, and even the mythologies present in America in any given era. Now, you'll read this week a chapter in Daniel Immerwahr's How to Hide an Empire that illustrates some of those wartime tensions, and study a lecture on how the Great War intensified nativism and hostility toward immigrants in America. You'll learn how America's increasingly diverse population, a population that had never seen such incredible numbers of immigrant people coming from countries outside the sphere of English-speaking Great Britain, how that fact influenced American domestic policy during the war. You'll read a speech delivered during the war by Eugene Debs, a native-born American citizen, a speech that was regarded by the federal government as unlawful. And you'll learn about his subsequent imprisonment under the provisions of the Wartime Espionage Act. You can also watch, if you wish, a video reading of the speech by the actor Mark Ruffalo. Debs' case called to question whether Americans could expect to have their constitutional liberties, including freedom of speech, protected during war. Because wartime patriotism, as it turned out, a patriotism whipped up to a fever pitch by the federal government's loyalty program, was really a double-edged sword that could rally the hearts and minds of the American people, even as it placed serious restrictions on their voices and actions. Now soon, I'll begin grading your discussion board 2 posts. You can expect to see perhaps fewer comments along with your grades, because the themes I've wanted to stress on your first discussion board assignment should be by now well established. Of course, I'll continue to comment when necessary, and I'll still use your discussion board grading rubric. I strongly encourage you to pay attention to the evaluation criteria outlined in that rubric, not to mention the past comments that I've made. Engage your efforts accordingly. Thank you for being patient with the time-consuming task of grading written work. And please don't hesitate to get in touch with me if you have questions or concerns about your work. I'm always happy to hear from you, and I will make every effort to reply in a timely fashion. Have a great week 7.